Hey there. It is a day today. If I look like I've been crying, I probably have been. Yeah, last night was a cool night. I got some, I guess some would call it some hardware, I guess. A male vocal of the year, singer-songwriter of the year, Americana folk act of the year, and then this is the big one for me, the song of the year. It's Hard to Be Young. Craziness it was. I started this journey kind of, well, it was my kids, really. I was just not in a good place in life. And so to have the community that I'm finding again through life has been, it's been beautiful, man. And last night was a lot. It was a lot for my brain to take in, and so today has been kind of just a decompression of it all, I suppose. Thank you to everybody that has reached out. Thanks to everybody that came up and hugged me last night or said hey, introduced yourself. It was amazing to meet so many new artists. Kentucky music is alive, man, and I love it. So it's great to be a part of it. I love everybody that I got to talk to this week. Bear with me as I'm continuing to try to build this Patreon thing. This will be the space for at least the next couple years that I'm gonna try to kind of tell my story in one space. You know, right now I've got social media stuff all over the place, and it's because I've just, I don't know, I've not found the system that works for my brain. YouTube is a great space as well, so you'll catch a lot of my stuff there. But yeah, this is just kind of my daily, hey, what's up, until I get things up and going. I'm supposed to meet with somebody this week that's going to kind of explain how this whole Patreon thing works. So if you're in now, you're like, this is the very bottom. You're in at the ground floor. So thank you so much. I really appreciate everything that's happened. And, I give all glory to God. It's been wonderful reconnecting with him again. I was in a spot in my life where I gave up on everything, including myself. And unfortunately, God catches the brunt of that when that happens. And so I pieced out for a while, and I guess kind of just went on my own journey alone, away from any organized, structured anything. I had never done that for myself in my life. I'd always been listening to, the knowledge of other men and women kind of just talking it to me, instead of really opening my mind to the perspectives of humanity. And so over the course of that, I've documented it as well as I could, as much as my brain could process at the time going through it. My autism diagnosis has helped me personally. Being neurodivergent has become a gift to me as I've explored and continued to learn so much about it. So raising awareness for autism is something I continue to look forward to do this year. Also being able to begin to kind of figure out in the veteran community all the different pieces that are falling into place. Operation Song, I've talked about that before. That's an organization that co-writes music with veterans, and I've just recently connected with those guys, and so that's another thing this year that I'm looking forward to. I'm also having some pretty serious talks about actually recording the album that I want to record, and so be praying for me through that. I'm trying to figure out that part of the process, and I'm also beginning to try to put out some feelers about somebody that would want to work with me as far as booking. It's just a piece of the puzzle that I can't keep up with anymore, and still try to create like I feel like God's calling me to. I find my time not spent on writing music as much as I'd like to, because I'm wrapped up in, the tangibility of it all that we have to keep up with as artists. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone. My kids, Malachi and Emma, were there last night. It was incredible to be able to sit with them. My daughter Allie would have been there, but she's taking care of her baby, my first grandchild. So she was there in spirit for sure. Big thanks to Paul Thomas Vaughn for keeping up with the show last night, so that my kids and my family could keep a watch with us. Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to what's happening in my life right now. I really feel like God is setting things up in a way where I don't have to tell my story so much anymore. I can let the music do that and just tell people about the goodness of God in humanity, and that's the goal to get to. I understand that I have to do the work and identify with the story myself, but anybody that's caught a show of mine recognizes by the end of it, my story is the story of humanity, of everyone. And it's the story of a man named Jesus that came and saved a man like me. So if you've not heard my story yet, if you would like to bring me into your event or your church or an organization or a living room, look, I love living room shows, man. Some of my favorite times is just me, my guitar, and a room full of 20 strangers, man. And it's just, that's what God's called me to do, man. I'll go on any stage that'll have me. And it's the support of people like you that are hanging around for the journey that's making it possible. So I really appreciate all the support that I feel. And I do, there was a time in this journey where the support was not something that was felt or easy to come by. I've done music as a profession for 25 years of my life now, and it never was as hard as it was in the last 4 years, I guess, 3 years. It was a lonely journey, just to be honest. I was used to being in bands so much. I toured with a band called Poor Man's Riches for 8 years, and those were just some incredible times of my life. But I had a band with me. And then, again with Soft Like Fire, it was a worship project that I toured with for about 2 years. And again, had a group of incredible musicians with me. We had my buddy Charlie was a road pastor, so it was a community. At the time we were doing a lot of homeless ministry work, and it was some of the best times of my life. I to this day would tell anybody that's struggling with their own self, I would tell them to find somebody to serve. And then we did that. And so, but I was with a group, thank God this past year, Amy's been with me, and that's why I've, that sense of loneliness that I did feel as a solo musician, that was real, man. It was weird driving home from shows alone. Thank God for my mom a lot of times. Shoot, she was there for me a lot, and she still is. She was there last night. Mom is on her own journey. We lost Dad a few years ago, and so Mom's on her own journey, and she's found her a man that is kind and takes care of her and loves her heart. So I'm doing my best to support her as her son as I transition myself into having that new relationship in my life. But I welcome it, especially as long as he continues to treat Mama good, we won't have any problems. I'm just kidding, Mike. But I'm very excited about this year. I'm not going to talk too much about touring plans, but there's a couple cool things in the works for this year that I will share later. And in the meantime, please help me, please help me find the right places to play my music and to share my message. I've said it before, it seems like I'm too not church enough for the churches and too church for some bars, which is understandable in some cases, but it's just been a weird road to walk, man. I'm just trying to do it authentically, being myself, and I'm not trying to fit into any communities that, I wouldn't want to hang around anyway. You know what I mean? And the people that I tend to find safety in are the people that just support you and encourage you and love you for where you're at, and just want to see you better, be a better human, and willing to do the work on themselves to be that. And that's the community that I'm finding myself in. So it's a pretty beautiful space. I think I'm done. I love you. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I'll keep these little things going until we got something official. So thank you. I love you. I'm rooting for you.